So we will continue from where we left in our previous class. We were about to discuss this shloka. Let's see. Arjuna says that he accepts all that Krishna has said to him because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So earlier, Arjuna was putting his mind in between that, oh, how I can fight war, how can I kill my own loved ones, etc., etc. And even though Krishna was explaining everything to Arjuna, Krishna was making understand Arjuna everything, then also he was not able to understand. But later, just by hearing Krishna very attentively, whatever Krishna was saying, later Arjuna himself said that my all the attachment has gone now. I have understood this thing that my ultimate um, what to say, my ultimate premaspad is you, my Krishna. So I will accept I accept whatever you are saying. Earlier, Lord Krishna was kind of scolding Arjuna that you are kind of behaving like a very uh, nice, great Pandit, but you are not at all behaving like that. You're just showing that you're a very great Pandit, but you are not at all behaving like a great Pandit, like a great Sadhu. So Krishna was kind of scolding Arjuna, but later, just after hearing everything what Krishna was telling to Arjuna, later Arjuna understood everything. And then he accepts all that Krishna has said to him because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he understood this thing that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Supreme Personality means no one is beyond that particular person, Krishna. So whatever Krishna will tell me will be all correct for me. I don't have to think whether I have to accept whether it will be good for me or not. It will always be good for me if it is being told by Supreme Personality. So this is a nice shloka. We'll try to recite. Nashto moha smritirlabdha tvat prasadan mayachyuta sitosmi gat sandeha करिष्ये वचनं तव नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युता स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादमयाच्युता स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव. Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I am liberated from all my attachments, all the false attachments. I have regained my memory by your mercy, and now I am fixed without any doubt, prepared to act according to your instructions. Bhagavad Gita 18.73. So see, anyone who has accepted Krishna consciousness and who is following the process, whoever is following the process, he is actually following the instructions of Krishna. So see, it is same like whatever Arjuna is saying, it is applicable on that particular person also who is now completely convinced that my ultimate purpose of life is to follow the instructions of Lord Krishna. This is the only ultimate purpose of my life. And because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no one is beyond him. So whatever he is telling is always be good for me. It might seem that I may face difficulty to follow certain things, or I may feel that like how is it correct for me? But then also, as I have complete faith, that particular person, whoever is following Krishna consciousness, he has complete faith on Krishna, so there is no scope of doubting. So it is same, like whatever Arjuna is saying, it is actually applicable on those people who are following Krishna consciousness, on us. We were putting our attachments in false things, is it not? Because we were not understanding reality earlier. But now, as we are understanding it from Bhagavad Gita, we are convinced. At least we are convinced that yeah, we have to follow this path. No matter what happened in my life, I will have to chant my rounds for the pleasure of Krishna. I will only be consuming offered food, which the food which is offered to Krishna, and I will be hearing about Krishna. I will be following the instructions of Krishna, because whatever Krishna will tell, it is for my welfare only. So we have also kind of regained our memories. Like we are eternal servant of Lord Krishna, but because due to contamination, we forgotten this thing. But now, as we got association of devotees, now we are following the process. We are regaining our memories that we are eternal servants of Krishna, and our only responsibility is to serve Krishna, to please Krishna, to become more and more Krishna conscious. So this is beautiful shloka. As Arjuna, we should accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead and do as he says. So whatever Krishna is telling, we should do that. Now next, what Arjuna says again. Let's try to recite this shloka. Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat juhoshi dadasi yat, yat pasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat juhoshi dadasi yat, yat pasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Yat karoshi yadashnasi, यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् यत् पश्यसि कौन्तेय तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्. O son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering unto me. Me means Krishna. So, Lord Krishna is telling this thing to Arjuna. Now, see how straightforwardly Krishna is telling this thing. That whatever you are doing, whatever you are eating, whatever austerities you are performing, that should be done as an offering unto me, means unto Krishna. So, an intelligent person, whoever will read this shloka, translation is straightforward only. He may understand this thing that whatever I have to do, Krishna should be my center. By accept Bhagavad Gita 9.27, one should understand this thing that when Krishna is telling all these things to us to follow these things, it is for our own benefit only. Krishna has nothing to do with all these things. Krishna is already complete. He is absolute truth. So it's not like that there is some scarcity in Golok Dham of food. That's why Krishna is asking from us to offer him. It's not like that. Whatever Krishna is telling us, to follow, it is for our own benefit only. If we will do something for Krishna, not something, everything with whatever we are doing, if we will put Krishna into center, then that is for our purification. We get more and more purified when we do whatever we are doing by putting Krishna in center. Now this may sound very small thing, but its result is very uh, tremendous. Whatever we are doing, we have been doing it by putting Krishna into center. That's why we are we are experiencing purity. That's why we are understanding scriptures very, very nicely, because purification is happening. So it is not ordinary. In today's japa only, morning japa, Prabhuji was telling this thing, who are doing all these Gyan yoga and other yoga, they have to take crores and crores of births to reach at this stage of chanting Hare Krishna. They can also chant Hare Krishna. God has given tongue to them also. But this belief, this faith that I will get delivered, I will get delivered just by chanting the holy names of Lord is is extremely rare. This faith. It is not ordinary thing. Even we are also, like, if I talk about myself, I'm kind of perplexed about this thing. You might also relate with this, that how come whatever been told to us, we believe it naturally. We don't have to think much. Whatever been told in disciplic succession, whatever been told by Prabhuji, by Srila Prabhupada ji, we, without any doubt, without putting our minds in mid, we accept it naturally. So we have done lots and lots of austerities already in our past life. And that's why now this faith which we have uh, gained, that we are easily able to believe, that we are easily able to have faith on whatever scriptures we are reading. We accept it naturally. It's natural for us to accept it without any doubt. So now, to whomsoever you tell about Krishna consciousness, and if he is not able to believe that, if he is not able to accept it, then you should understand this thing, that he will take time to gain that faith about this process. You will see many people are like this, that when you tell them about Krishna consciousness, they also accept it naturally. They don't put their minds in it, they just accept it. Whatever you tell them, they accept it. So it is because of they have already done lots and lots of austerities in their past lives. That's why they are able to accept it, accept this process. This is really amazing. Now we may not understand that what austerities we have done. I have done austerities. We may not understand this right now, but we have done this. We have done all the austerities, and we have to accept it from scriptures. By accepting Krishna in this spirit, we can attain complete knowledge. If, however, we do not accept Krishna and interpret Bhagavad Gita in our own way, then everything will be spoiled. Let me read this again. By accepting Krishna in the spirit, we can attain complete knowledge. If, however, we do not accept Krishna and interpret Bhagavad Gita in our own way, then everything will be spoiled. So, in starting only, Prabhupada ji is telling this thing, very starting of Bhagavad Gita, that whoever has accepted Krishna as Supreme Personality, he is already a liberated soul. From that day only, the day he accepted Krishna as Supreme Personality, he is liberated from that day. He will definitely go back to Godhead and he will never take birth in this material world again. These kind of gives goosebumps sometimes, is it not? But it is how it is. If we are sincere, we will get a sincere spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. If, however, we want to be cheated, Krishna will send us a cheater and we will be cheated throughout our lives. So I was hearing a katha of His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj. He was telling this thing that Krishna himself has covered by Yog Maya. Krishna himself do not, like, it is not easy to understand Krishna. It is not easy to accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead because Krishna himself does not allow this easily to people. We should understand, dear devotees, that Krishna consciousness is not cheaply. One should not take it cheaply. We might, like, whatever been told to us, it might seem that the process is very easy. We just have to chant holy names. We have to just consume prasadam. We have to do hearing, whatever things we are doing. Process might seem very easy, but it's really not easy to develop that faith that devotees naturally have. And that's why they naturally inclined to serve Krishna. Krishna himself covers him. The Krishna himself covers himself by Yog Maya, and he himself do not allow other people to understand him. That's why we hear this line again and again that Krishna consciousness is extremely rare. So it's Krishna who has chosen us for this path. It's Krishna who is blessing us with all those intelligence that we are naturally accepting everything. We are naturally understanding everything. Yesterday only, when I was about to sleep at night, so suddenly it was kind of kirtan only, but it was a cheap kirtan, like whatever people, they just sing whatever rubbish things. So, like, suddenly that kirtan came in my mind, the lyrics of that kirtan. So I was just meditating on the meaning of that kirtan. It was about Lord Krishna only. But how people, they sing anything because they are not understanding that Krishna is Supreme Personality. They sing these songs by assuming that Krishna is ordinary man like other people. So I was just thinking this in my mind that it is impossible for these people to understand that how great Krishna is. Now, when I was saying this, so this thought again came in my mind that how am I able to understand this thing that Krishna is so great? Because Krishna himself is allowing us to understand this thing. Otherwise, we were also not thinking much about Krishna. But now we just want to think about Krishna. This is really, really amazing, devotees. And Krishna himself is allowing us to do all these things. See, Prabhupada ji is saying here that if you are sincere, you will get a sincere spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. So if we are in this process of disciplic succession. So it is by grace of Krishna, and that is because of our sincerity, of the sincerity of the devotees. But if someone want to be cheated, then Krishna will send us a cheater, and we will be cheated throughout our lives. So you will see many people who are not following Krishna consciousness and they are following other processes. Why? Because they themselves want to be cheated. There are some people that they innocently accept that whatever rubbish process is, but if you try to preach them, then like rarely, it's a rare case, then they also accept this process. I know there is one girl. She was my friend. So she was following those Brahmit Kumaris. But later, when I tried to tell her about Krishna, she was kind of innocent. She was confused at that time. She was not understanding that the process which I am following currently, is this correct, or what you are telling, is that correct? She was kind of confused. But later, Krishna gave her association of devotees. She started visiting ISKCON temple. And now she's convinced that, yeah, Krishna is Supreme Personality. She's doing her sadhana nicely. So Krishna is residing in our hearts, and Krishna is very much aware of what are we desiring for. Are we really wandering aimlessly? Like everyone is wandering aimlessly until he's not serving Krishna. But are we really eager to know the purpose of our lives? If yes, then Krishna is residing in our hearts and Krishna make arrangements accordingly. I can really relate with this. There was one time when I was really in anxiety. I was searching for the purpose. Purpose means I was searching for what should I do in my future, which job or whatever, what profession I should opt for. I was confused for this. So I was keep on asking with people that what is the purpose of life, how to find out the purpose of life, etc., etc. And later Krishna gave association of devotees. So if he's really desiring to progress in his life means reality, in real, he want to progress in his life, then Krishna make arrangements accordingly. But if anyone wants to get cheated, then Krishna will send cheater for that particular person. Now Krishna is not keeping any envy in his heart for that particular person. Krishna is just fulfilling desires of every living entity. If you are desiring to get cheated, okay, you will get a cheater. So it's not Krishna is having any envy in his heart. Krishna is just fulfilling the desires. We are independent for desiring. So Krishna just sanctions that. This is actually going on. For those who do not want to understand Krishna as he is, but want to understand by dint of their own imperfect vision, God remains unknown. So, okay, you don't want to understand me. You don't want to understand Krishna. So, Krishna will not make this happen. Krishna will keep himself covered from you always, from that particular person who don't want to understand Krishna. So, this is very important thing to understand. Okay, now we will be continuing our class in next session if Krishna is willing. We will stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.